Alright, so as another week comes to an end, we have a bunch of brand new Dandy's World news to talk about, so let's get right into it. Alright, first off, on Qwel's YouTube channel, she has officially announced that the Easter event will be returning on March 20th of this year. I'm really excited about this, because if you didn't know, me and Jack, who's my brother, we actually started playing the game last Easter, so I wasn't able to get any of the tunes beside Eggson. So get excited, save up your Icker, because they'll be bringing back Eggson, Flight, Coccoa, and Bassie, as well as the old Easter map. If you remember when they did the Christmas event, you'll probably remember that when it came back last year, they added a brand new map. So I'm assuming that this Easter event is probably going to have a brand new map as well, so watch out for that. And if you've been following the news videos for a while, you know that we found out that Oreo is likely going to be the singer of the Bassie song, which we're assuming we're getting since we got a Gordy and Bobette song. Both of those songs were teased in a radio in the room, so if there is a brand new Easter map, make sure to look for a radio, because there'll probably be one somewhere that shows part of the instrumental or a remix of the instrumental for the song as a little teaser. And speaking of the video that Qwel had posted, she also announced at the end of that a brand new change she'll be making to how the spawn rate of Twisteds work. There are 5 different types of Twisted rarities, these being common, uncommon, rare, main, and lethal. Dandy and Dial are the only 2 lethals, and they don't spawn normally. They can only be spawned through special circumstances, so those aren't included here. But she shared with us this brand new chart that shows how the Twisted spawner will be changed. As you probably know by now, mains can start spawning on floor 5. Well, she's changed it so that the more rare tunes like uncommon, rare, or main, that the more rare tunes, such like the rare and main rarities, will now start spawning more the later floors you go, and the lesser rare tunes, the common and uncommon ones, will now start spawning less the further you go. This way, more rare tunes appear more often, like Goob and Scraps, and this is especially helpful since they just released Squirm, and I'm sure a lot of people, me included, are struggling to get his research. So this is a great change overall. I'm really looking forward to this, even though I have all the research on everyone besides Squirm, especially for new players. This is going to be very, very helpful. Then moving on to the merch side of things, very exciting. The Sprout plushie has officially been released. This is the deluxe Sprout plushie, different from the normal one you can find on Culturefly's normal website or in store. The difference between this one and the other one, the smaller one, is that it has bendable limbs and it comes with a cupcake trinket that can connect to his hand since there is a magnet in it. So even though it's a little more expensive than the other one, I totally recommend this one more. But if you can't get that, the normal one's always fine. Along with him, like always, they have released a poster from the game that says Bake Memories of Sprout, as well as some clothing accessories, including this shirt that I really, really like, even in my mom's favorite color, which makes it even better, that says Baked with Care, that has Cosmo and Sprout on it. It's really nice. I really like this one. And they even unexpectedly released his scarf, like the little white scarf he has with the pink stripes. You can actually now buy that as a cosplay item, just like when they released Bobette's sweater. And last but not certainly least at all, they also released this Sprout standee, and I gotta say, this is way better than the Dandy standee we got. Not that I don't like the Dandy standee one. Dandy standee. It's funny. But I think the Twisted Sprout looks awesome in this. Again, I always say I love this character. It's got like the red eyes or like the blood coming out of them and like the sharp fingers. I think it looks really cool. And I'm excited to see where they go with future plushie releases. This is a little confusing for me though, because if you remember when they started doing posters, they started doing it in November when Astro came out, and the first poster we got was an Astro poster, which means that they skipped over Dandy and Gordy. But Dandy did get a poster with Pebble since they're on the same poster when Pebble released later that month. But because they started doing this after Gordy, Gordy never got a poster, and we're probably going to have to wait till Halloween comes back this year to get his poster. And then there's the standees. They just started doing the standees now, meaning that Bobette, Gordy, V, Astro, and Pebble don't have a standee either. So I'm wondering if after we complete the mains, maybe they'll go back and do a wave of merch completing the sets for other characters didn't get stuff, like the Gordy poster or like all the other standees. I have no doubt in my mind that they won't do this eventually. I'm just wondering when, especially if they are going to do a Dial plushie or like a Twisted Dial plushie or any side characters. I am of course wondering if maybe we're going to get the Twisted plushies of all the mains. I mean, the designs for the Twisted mains do look pretty good, but I do want a lot of side characters like Yada, Goob, Roger, Glisten, Toodles. Those are definitely my top 5 side characters I would want to get to plushie. And speaking of plushies, when the Halloween and Easter event released, they had released a plushie to go along with them. Watch out for the Culturefly store. I'll have a link to this store specifically where you can get the deluxe plushies, because on March 20th at about 10 a.m. in the morning, there should be a brand new Bassie and Coccoa plushie, as we've seen from the Toyfair, and this means they'll likely come with a poster and an acrylic standee. Maybe there'll be a cosplay item, like maybe they'll sell like Bassie's little dress, or like maybe a basket, or like Coco's bunny ears, something like that. I'm sure they'll do something cool, and of course a shirt will be there too, probably with Coccoa and Bassie on it. We are getting a Coccoa plushie because since she was supposed to be since in the game's lore they were thinking about replacing Bassie as the main and making Coccoa the main, it makes sense for her to get a plushie since they're starting with the mains, so technically Coccoa almost was a main, and she even has a plushie in the game. Like always, the first 2,000 people to buy the plushie will get a first edition tag, and they will come a little early, but if you can't get the first edition plushie, that's okay, because all you're really missing is a tag. I wasn't actually able to get the Gordy first edition plushie, so I'm just happy for whoever was able to get it since there's only 2,000. Anyways, that's all the important news we have this week on Dandy's World. I'll make sure to return here next week for any more news that drops. I think it'd be better if instead of just releasing news videos randomly throughout the week, if I save up all the news and release them at the end of the week, so I can have more stuff to report in a longer, more formal video. Let me know in the comments whether you guys prefer me to just make multiple, or if I should just do it weekly so I can cover everything that happened that week, because I prefer doing it weekly. Anyways, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, or share the video with anyone you know. And as always, stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great, wonderful day. Goodbye.